I'm here with Ray, the lead designer on Date Everything. Ray is from Sassy Chap Games. And Ray,
yes,
what I really want to know is, it says date everything, but does that mean I can date everything, or do I get everything to date each other?
Oh, well, there's a little bit of both. But yes, the title of our game is an invitation where you are in your house and you can date everything in your house. All the objects that you see are dateable, including some of the concepts, things that you can't even see. Even the game itself can be dateable too. Yeah.
You can date even the game itself.
You can date the game itself. As far as your question about the other characters, the other characters have relationships that are already existing too. So you can decide whether to get them to break up with each other, get them to fall in love with each other. Many love triangles, many different ways to play this game.
So this game is set in a house, and that means that everything that you can date is kind of like household objects and more, I guess. But yeah, like what kind of household objects? We're talking everything, right? Sofas, tables?
Absolutely. We got them all, baby. We got windows. When we came up with our 100 objects, we knew that we wanted to have an absolutely massive amount of characters in this. And we wanted to balance it with ordinary, quotidian objects like sofa and couch. We even have some very strange objects in there that you might not think of in a normal house, just to spice it up a little bit.
Yes, I think I saw something about you can date existential dread.
You can date your overwhelming sense of existential dread. His name is Doug.
Oh, that's a good name for it. Mine's called Ian. That's my
that's
actual
your own name.
Yeah. But can you date a toilet?
You can date a toilet.
Oh my God, what's the toilet called?
His name is Jean-Luc Pissoir, and he is a rapping toilet. Yes.
I see what you did there, rapping, crapping.
Exactly. He calls it cool rap or crapping. Yes.
Amazing. Now, I myself am a massive fan of puns, and I expect there's going to be a lot of puns in this game,
More
right?
than you can possibly take. We have a lot of voice dialogue. We have 70,000 voice lines in this, but we also have an entire data dex, which is like a Pokedex, but for all your datables. A ton of quest names, a ton of rumors, which is our like quest giving thing. There are puns galore. Everything can be examined in this game. We went all balls to the wall with all of the full use of the English language.
Amazing. Now there are 100 dateable objects. Each one has its own separate voice?
Yes, everyone is voiced by someone different. There's a couple of overlap for some story reasons, but we are voice actors ourselves. We're in a ton of projects together. Me, Robbie Damon, Max Middleman, Amanda Hufford, some of the main executive producers on this game. We wanted to make a game where we could use our secret superpower, which was making a separate contract with SAG to offer our actors actual residuals, which is something that we never had ourselves, and get a lot of really, really AAA talent onto this game. We have some incredible people here, some really unexpected people you wouldn't think to do an indie game came to play with us for a while.
Can you tell us any of those? I mean, I could imagine like Troy Baker being like a sexy fireplace, and Nolan North. Who would Nolan North? Nolan North would be a banister, I think, going down the stairs.
I can't reveal those yet, but you were spot on with one of them. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Ooh, nice. In terms of like the objects, how did you decide on their personalities? Because obviously 100 dateable things, they've all got to have different personalities.
One of the big things was we didn't want this game to feel repetitive. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, doing what I found called from a talk that I attended, kindness coins in dating sims, it'll get really annoying. You are just constantly being nice, getting them to fall in love. We had to have diversity, not only in our cast of characters, but in the ways that you play through. Not everybody is going to rub you the right way. Not everyone is just be nice to this character. Some of these guys have some really interesting gameplay moments that we were able to really mine in these guys. So you have a lot of different playthroughs, a lot of different things. You should not fall in love with everybody just at first glance. Some of these guys are truly detestable.
Right.
And you have to learn to love them or tell them to get lost. Either way, we don't penalize you in this game. At the end of the day, at the end of your playthrough, you'll get your own blueprint of how you play the game through.
Right.
The critical path will give you an ending based on your playthrough, but in no way is anything blocked by getting a hate ending with one of these characters.
Right. Now, with 100 characters, they can all date each other. Is it like a huge script? Was it like a massive challenge to kind of get these romances or non-romances going between each and every object that you can date?
It was a real pain in the butt, let me tell you. It is massive, the amount of different ways that you could play and the different because it's a sandbox style, you can date these guys in any order that you want.
Okay.
So we had to make sure that the script worked and had dialogue that based on the order that you played in some of these. We have a lot of, we also have our character has 3 different genders. You can play as he, she, or they. And we also have different dialogue for all of those guys. So the number of variables, I should get a variable count for these interviews, but it's definitely in the thousands, the number of variables that are constantly being tracked.
Okay, that's more than I can count to anyway. Yeah, fair enough. Now, Date Everything, obviously, it's a dating simulator. We've seen dating simulators where you can date weapons, you can, you can date monsters, the Dead by Daylight dating game and stuff. This is like the ultimate dating game, though. This is like pushing it to the... Would you say it's the ultimate dating game? Can dating games go any further than this?
I would say this is the last dating game that will ever be made.
No. I hope this inspires a lot of people to use Ink, which was a programming language that we used on this one. How versatile and the amount of things you can do with it. We had a wonderful, juicy option ahead of us, which was with 100, you said it yourself, monsters. We have some monster stuff in there.
Okay.
We have some fursuit people in here. We have all sorts of different datables that you could be interested in. We really wanted to get every single little aspect of the dating scene and leave no stone unturned.
Awesome. Now, I've looked at the gameplay, and it plays differently to a lot of dating sims I've seen, because there's actually like a first-person element to it. Can you tell us about the gameplay?
It is in certain ways a first-person shooter. You have these glasses called the Date Viators, which shoot out these beams, and you have this overworld, this house that you are in, which changes based on your playthrough. Where if you fall in love with the object might appear to be cleaner, sparklier. You get some extra secret animations. It changes based on your playthrough, which was quite a challenge to go through. How do you marry the dating sim genre, which is not used to having a first person or an overworld aspect to it? And there was a lot of challenges in building that house, but we're at the point now where we feel like it's lived in, it feels lovable, and you can stay there for a 40-hour playthrough.
Awesome. Well, my final question, Ray, then, is if you could date everything or anything, what would it be? Because I would date a calendar so that I could get extra dates.
Extra dates? Like wishing like a genie for a lamp?
Yeah,
get extra wishes?
I get all the dates if I date a calendar, you see.
I feel like since I wrote so many of these characters, I ended up dating myself in a lot of these things. So I will continue to date myself and date Skylar Specs, one of my favorite characters.
Fair enough. Dating myself was something I did a lot at university. That's for sure. You lot in the comments below, let us know who you date when you play Date Everything.